Hello, everybody. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Hello, everybody. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, my darling. Bum, dilly-yum, bum, bum, bum. Hello, I'm Mrs. Rizzo, and I'm back again. It's been a long time since I've seen you, and I'm really happy to be back. It's getting very close to another holiday. The last time I saw you, I think we were celebrating the winter holidays. Well, it's still winter, but we're celebrating a special holiday that's coming up on February 14th. That's only 4 days away. Yeah, are you getting ready? What special holiday is this? Do you know? Begins with the letter V. That's right, it's going to be Valentine's Day. Yeah, a special day when we make hearts and we have flowers and we decorate and we tell someone that we love them. We tell a few people that we love them. I hope in your family especially, right? Maybe mom and dad, grandma and grandpa. Maybe you have a special cousin or a special friend. If you're going to school, maybe you're making Valentines for all your friends in school. Well, I thought it would be fun to make some Valentines to decorate this box with. Because if you get a lot of Valentines, you're going to need something to put them in, right? So I took an old box. Maybe you have an old shoebox that nobody needs anymore. This is an old Christmas box from a gift that I got at Christmas. And I'm going to decorate it for Valentine's Day. So it will become my Valentine's mailbox. Yeah. So I'm going to show you how to do it, and maybe you can do this with me, or maybe you can watch me do it, and then you can do it again later on your own. I have some colored paper, but before I use my colored paper, I think I'll show you first how to make a heart. Maybe you already know how to make a heart. There's lots of different ways that you can. The way that I like to make a heart, well, there's two special ways. V is for Valentine's Day, right? V looks like that. Yes? That's the letter V. Whoops, come on, marker, wake up. It's time for school. And at the top of my V, I put a bump and a bump. Come on, marker. It's kind of dried out, I think. It's been sleeping. Can you see that? Yeah, it's a V at the bottom and a bump at the top. That's one way to make a heart for Valentine's Day. There's another way that you can make it. There's lots of ways. Maybe you have your own special way of making a heart. You can also take the letter C. Looks like this. Oh, come on, marker. It's not going to cooperate. I just found that out. Oh, well. If something doesn't work, we have to try something different, okay? So here's my different idea to make a heart. I'm going to use some of my paper. Okay? I think I'll fold my paper first. I think I'm going to make some small hearts and some big hearts, okay? All right. This is the way that I make, and you know we can do magic cutting if we fold our paper, right? This is the way that I make a heart using the letter C. I'm going to make a C going this way, but I'm going to go down with my C. Okay, usually we go halfway around, don't we? But I'm going to start my C and then I'm going to go down with my C. Now I'm going to go back to where I began. I'm going to make a backwards C. And I'm going to go down with that backwards C. And that's one way of making a heart. Okay, now if I take my scissors and if I keep my paper folded, will I be cutting out just one heart? Let's find out. I'm going to follow the lines. Always follow the lines with your scissor, right? And you have to turn the paper. And notice I keep my eyes on my cutting so I don't go off the line. And open, close, open, close. Keep your scissors on the line. My scraps go in the trash. There's my heart. But how many did I cut out? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, and 4. I cut out 4 hearts all at the same time. Now I think I'm going to do something fun with my hearts. think I'm going to give my hearts a happy face. So here's what I'm going to do. You can do this with your hearts, or you can decorate them a different way if you like. There's lots of things you can do with hearts, but I'm going to make some happy hearts. I'm going to give them some eyes and nose and a happy, happy smile. There's one happy heart, because I'm happy when it's Valentine's Day. Are you? Yeah, it's a happy time. It's a time when we tell people we love them, and it's a time when other people who love us show their love for us too. 2 eyes, a bump for a nose, and a happy smile. That's how I make a happy face on my Valentines. I wonder what I'm going to do with these now that I made them. Do you remember what I told you? We're going to decorate this box so that when I do get some Valentines, I hope I get some, I'll have a place to keep them. It will be my Valentine's mailbox. So I made 4, and because I made 4, I think I'm going to need 4 pieces of tape. You can use tape or glue. So I'm going to put 1 piece of tape here, and 2 pieces of tape. I'm putting a little space between them, and 3 pieces of tape. Whoops, come on, tape. And 4 pieces of tape. Again, you can use tape, you can use glue. Okay, now I'm going to put my happy hearts on my box, on my Valentine's mailbox. Oh, I think I stuck 2 together that time. 1, 2, 3, and 4. How does it look? Does it look like it's ready for Valentine's Day? Yeah. I think I'll make a great big heart for the top of my mailbox. It's fun to decorate for Valentine's Day. So to make the top one, it's going to be very large. I think I'll do it the way I showed you before. I have a better idea. I'm going to fold my red paper. I like to do magic cutting. So you have to fold your paper if you want to do magic cutting. Match the corners, fold the middle. Do you remember we made that C? I'm going to start here and make that great big C. And remember, instead of going around, I'm going to go down with my C. Well, that doesn't look like a Valentine. That's only half of a Valentine. Where did I put those scissors? Here they are. Okay, ready for some more magic cutting? All right, here we go. I have to keep my scissors on the line and keep my paper folded. So I'm cutting, cutting, cutting on the line. Open, close, open, close. Keep my scissors on the line. Keep turning my paper and follow that line, and scraps go in the trash. Well, that doesn't look like a Valentine. That looks like an ice cream cone. But what happens when I open it up? Yes, it's magic cutting, isn't it? Yeah. And sometimes it's fun to decorate your Valentine. You don't always have to put a happy face on it. You might like to make a picture on it, or decorate it, or write I love you on it. I'm going to use my dots, and I'm going to make a polka dot Valentine like this. And you don't have to have red paper or pink paper. You can have white paper or purple paper or any kind of paper at all, and you can decorate your Valentine, or you can write I love you on it, or write a message to someone you love, or you can write Happy Valentine's Day. But I've made a polka dot Valentine. It's fun to make all different kinds of Valentines, isn't it? And I'm going to take my great big Valentine, and I'm going to put it on top of my box. So I'll need some more tape. And now my mailbox is all decorated for Valentine's Day, and I just have to wait for 4 more days until Valentine's Day comes. And then we'll see if I get any Valentine cards. Yeah, when it's Valentine's Day, it's a time to sing happy love songs, right? Do you remember this one? Skin-a-ma-rink-a-dink-a-dink, skin-a-ma-rink-a-doo. I love you. Skinnamarink-a-dink-a-dink, skinnamarink-a-doo. I love you. I love you in the morning and in the afternoon. I love you in the evening underneath the moon. Oh, skinnamarink-a-dink-a-dink, skinnamarink-a-doo. I love you. And you know what? I have some nice Valentine's books because I do love you and I love to read stories to you, especially on holidays. So I'm going to read to you. Oh, who likes Daniel Tiger? Do you? I do too. This is called Happy Love Day, Daniel Tiger. Happy Love Day, neighbor. Today we all say I love you to everyone that we care about. I'm going to say I love you in my own special way. Do you want to see? Should we find out how Daniel Tiger says I love you? Let's find out. Oh, look. I'm making paper hearts as a way to say I love you. Well, we just made some paper hearts, didn't we? That's a good way to say I love you. I like that. Nice job, Daniel Tiger. Katerina Kitty Cat and Miss Elena say I love you by singing and dancing. Well, we just sang a song, didn't we? Yeah, singing and dancing is fun. Guess how Prince Wednesday says I love you? I have no idea. Do you? Let's find out how Prince Wednesday says I love you. Guess how Prince Wednesday says I love you? By giving me something special. He gave him a special treat. Well, that was a nice way to say I love you. Not sure what it is. It might be a cookie, though. It looks like a cookie to me. Someone special is picking me up at school today. He lives on his boat and loves watching the clouds with me. Can you guess who it is? Can you guess? I'll bet you can. Yes. It's Grandpere. Grandpere. One way Grandpere says I love you is by visiting me. That's a great way to show your love for someone, to visit them. Do you visit your grandparents, or do your grandparents visit you? Sometimes we do it on Zoom, right? It's time to go home. Trolley will take us. Here's a heart for you, Trolley. Ding, dong, ding, ding, ding. Giving a heart to Trolley. Yay, my dad is there when I get home from school. Guess how my dad says I love you? I can't guess, can you? Oh, we should have guessed that by giving a great big hug. Yeah, that's a great way to show your love for someone. Give a hug, right? Everybody loves hugs. I made lots of paper hearts and hung them in our house for decorations for Love Day. I even made a heart for baby Margaret. See? Ugga-mugga, Margaret. Do you think you might make a Valentine for your sisters or brothers? Yeah, it's fun to do that. My mom says I love you by cooking something yummy with cheese and tomato sauce. Can you guess what it is? Something yummy with cheese and tomato sauce. Can you guess? Yes, it's a heart-shaped pizza. Oh my goodness. I say I love you to my mom by helping. I add lots of veggies, red tomatoes, orange peppers, green broccoli, and purple eggplant. I make a veggie rainbow. Well, that's a healthy pizza, isn't it? Yeah. Just put all good healthy vegetables on it. The best part of heart-shaped pizza is eating it with my family on Love Day. Thanks for coming over for Love Day. There's one more person I want to say I love you to. Do you know who it is? I think I know. You. It's you. Find your own way to say I love you to someone that you care about. Ugga-mugga. That's the end of that story of Daniel Tiger's Happy Love Day. He knows how to celebrate Valentine's Day in his own special way. Well, I like the way my Valentine box looks. Do you see the front of it? How nice it looks. And you could write some other things on, but we haven't looked. I hope there's enough room in here for lots of... What? Who's in my box? What? I did not know someone was in my box. Look, we have 2 visitors. Well, for heaven's sakes, you guys, what were you doing in there? Come on out. Come on out here. That's my Valentine's mailbox. Clifford the dog. Yeah, and who else? Curious George came to visit. I'll bet I know why. Can you guess why? That's right, I have some stories here about them. So they're going to sit nicely while I read some stories about Clifford the dog. And Curious George, I have some Valentine stories. Let's start with Clifford's first Valentine's Day when he was just a little puppy. Remember we read about his first Christmas? Well, this is his first Valentine's Day. Before Clifford grew up, he was a very small puppy. I'll never forget his first Valentine's Day. It all started a few days before the holiday. I was making Valentines for Mommy and Daddy and Grandma and Grandpa. Clifford wanted to help, so I gave him some paper. He had his own way of cutting out hearts. Can you see how he's cutting out the hearts? Instead of scissors? Yeah, he's using his teeth. Well, he is a puppy. What a mess he made. After I had cleaned up my little red puppy, we finished the Valentines. Clifford liked the special card that I made for Grandma. She did a great job on that card, don't you think? I wanted to mail it right away, so we got ready to take the card to the post office. That's where you have to mail things, right? It was cold outside, but I made sure Clifford stayed nice and warm. Where did she put Clifford to keep him warm? In her pocket. Well, he really was little back then, wasn't he? When we got to the post office, I pulled down the door to the mail chute. Uh-oh, Clifford lost his balance. He disappeared into the dark hole. Clifford! He fell in with the mail. Oh, no. And he came out in the basement mail room. He sank down under a ton of letters in the cart. The postal workers didn't even see him. Oh, my goodness, what do you think's going to happen? Poor Clifford. Mommy and I told the postmaster what had happened, so he took us downstairs to the mail room. He said we could look for our puppy there. How would we ever find Clifford? Do you think they'll find him? Suddenly we heard a sound. The mail was barking. The mail was barking. I don't think so. Who do you think that is? We dug into the letters as fast as we could. Do you think they'll find him in there? Oh, Clifford, you silly dog, you. Clifford was so glad to see us, and we were glad to have him back again. Clifford, always getting into mischief, always getting into trouble, right? On Valentine's Day, I got a lot of cards. I loved the one that Grandma sent me. But the very best Valentine of all was from Clifford. Can you guess how Clifford says I love you? Yeah, what do dogs do to kiss? With their tongue, right? That's how dogs kiss. That's how dogs say I love you. Good doggy, Clifford. I'm glad you're safe again. And now, as for you, Curious George, yeah, we have a book about you too. Happy Valentine's Day, Curious George. I hope he doesn't get into mischief, but you know Curious George, he usually does, doesn't he? Let's start at the beginning of this story. This is George. He lived with his friend, the man with the yellow hat. He was a good little monkey and always very curious. That means he wants to know everything and he's always looking around. It was Valentine's Day. George and his friend invited the neighborhood kids over to celebrate. George was so excited. Should we open the door for the neighborhood kids? Well, there they are. Yeah, looks like they're going to have a party for Valentine's Day. Some people like to do that. First, George and his friends decorated the house. Look, they're making all different decorations. George loves balloons. How big could his get? Well, what happens if you blow a balloon up and you blow it up too much? Do you think? Yes. Oh, pop went the balloon. Oh, George, you can't blow a balloon up that much. Silly, silly monkey. Then they decorated some cookies. There were 3 colors of icing and many different kinds of sprinkles. That sounds like a yummy thing to do for Valentine's Day. The icing looked nice on George's cookie. He's doing a good job. And it was fun to juggle, too. No. Curious George, you're not supposed to juggle the icing. What a mess you're making. Now, what would they do next? Make Valentines, of course. George made a special card for the man with the yellow hat. Look at this. He's bringing in a box. I wonder what's in there. But, oh, what was this? I wonder what the man with the yellow hat is bringing for George. A box, something's in that box. That big box was certainly very interesting. Well, you know Curious George. He's always curious, isn't he? Perhaps he could create something with it. George thought and thought and thought, and then George had an idea. He put a bow here and some glitter there. Then he cut a hole in the top. George was making, what was he making? A fancy box for the Valentines from his friends, just like we made a fancy box for Valentine's Day for his friends. Well, that was a great idea, Curious George. We did that too, didn't we? Before he knew it, all that hard work made George very sleepy. He was a sleepy, sleepy monkey, yeah. See? All they found. Soon the man with the yellow hat and the children came looking for George. Now, where could he be? All they found was a big box. Do you know where he is? Can you guess? Until the man lifted the lid off the box. And out popped George. Out he popped. They were all so happy to see him. And the children all cheered. Happy Valentine's Day, George. Happy Valentine's Day, George. And happy Valentine's Day, Clifford. Yeah. And happy Valentine's Day, Daniel Tiger, too. And happy Valentine's Day to you. I hope you have fun celebrating. It's only 4 days away, okay? So I'm going to say goodbye right now. Goodbye, everybody. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Goodbye, everybody. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, my darlings. Bump diddly bump. See you soon.